The only way a company can have its share price continually outperform the market is if they keep surprising the market on the upside. Oh my gosh, there's even more growth here than we thought. Hey everybody, come and look, there's even more growth here than we thought. It's the only way a company's stock can outperform the market is through upside surprises. And then I realized that just as the established companies systematically underestimate how big disruptive companies will become, Wall Street's methods of financial analysis systematically undervalue disruptive companies and how big they will become. And so it's disruptive companies that are the ones that keep surprising the market on the upside. Oh my gosh, there's even more growth here than we thought.
Oh, hey everyone. Didn't see you there. That was a weird clip to begin today's video on a channel that predominantly talks about Tesla and the underlying opportunity because, as we know, Tesla, the company, is perfectly valued. Not once has it surprised on the upside. Not once have big investors missed the opportunity. Tesla is perfectly valued. They'll never surprise on the upside again. Investors totally understand the company. The analysts totally get Tesla. And I should probably edit that out of the video unless I want you guys to think maybe there was a reason I included that clip. Perfectly summed up from this guy. I've got to stop trolling. Dude, the story of disruption. Tesla is the epitome of a disruptor. There's no fucking chance the average analyst on Wall Street is even close to accurately forecasting future growth for Tesla. Not even close. Even the more bullish analysts still sound like bears with a long-term perspective. The robotaxis are about to awaken. And if analysts anticipated this, believe you fucking me, the average analyst 12-month fair valuation, aka price target for Tesla stock, which as I record this is $283 per share, would be a whole lot higher. So who's ready for Tesla to surprise massively on the upside over the next 12 plus months? Because I will certainly be here to roast and ridicule the analysts who once again missed this extremely obvious outcome until after it happened. As I've said recently though, the narrative is starting to slightly shift. Here's Dan Ives who's making some progress, but still, I suspect, massively underestimating Tesla's future growth, revenue and profitability.
How about Tesla? And you project Tesla to be a huge winner?
I mean, it's the bet for the ages when you look at Musk's bet on Trump. Because when it comes to autonomous, I think autonomous is worth $1 trillion alone. And for all those Karate Kid fans, it's a sweep the leg moment. What's happened in the Beltway when it comes to regulatory. And that's a huge the biggest beneficiary from all of this is going to be Musk and Tesla. And that's why you've seen a lot of bears go deep into their caves in hibernation mode over the last month.
When we think about Tesla, we may not have EV subsidies, but Tesla is so much more than just an automobile. Tesla is so much more, right? People shouldn't even think of this as just a car company or just an EV company.
Look, calling them a car company, I think is actually it's an insult. This is a disruptive technology company that now, when you look at autonomous and robotics, that's the next step in the Tesla story. The gold at the end of the rainbow. And that's why.
So Dan actually said something super true there. It really is an insult to call Tesla just a car company. Well, it's like a derogatory statement. It's so dismissive of the incredible work they're doing with AI and robotics and all the other stuff. It is insulting. There's no other way to describe it. And we heard there the word, I believe, disruptive from Dan Ives. He's right. He's getting it. Now, again, I think in the fullness of time, he's going to look back and go, man, I really wish my price targets were a bit more aggressive. But hey, at least this is progress. And among his peers on Wall Street, Dan's perceptions of Tesla and inevitable disruption, especially on the back of autonomy, are light years ahead, although the bar's pretty low among Wall Street analysts, who again, we saw at the opening of this video, right? It's the story of analysts missing disruption. Today, Tesla's no longer surprising on the upside because people have accurately forecasted I'll have nothing the fuck to talk about. And I don't think I'm going to go quiet anytime soon. It's important to understand Tesla's culture as a company, their DNA, the very fabric of what makes up Tesla the company, is endless disruption and innovation. That's what they do. There's no end in sight. And the mindset among analysts is the polar opposite. They don't even get disruption until after it's happened. And of course that was going to happen. Everyone knew that, right? Don't look at my previous price targets. The incentive structure is just completely ass backwards among Wall Street analysts. There's no accountability for them massively missing upside opportunities. But if they dare to be a little bit too bullish, a little bit too soon, career over, straight to prison, life sentence. It is literally illegal to show any courage if you're a Wall Street analyst. Boggles the mind today that I see discussions among supposedly smart people, not just analysts too, but money managers, who explain that they completely ignore any Robotaxi revenue from Tesla because what hasn't yet happened? How can I possibly model that if it hasn't happened? It's called courage. Use your brain and your balls. Model out the future implications. Weight it probabilistically and work back from there. My broader message here is, even though the narrative is starting to shift a little bit, and credit to Dan, he's getting it a little, the pussification of Wall Street analysts almost guarantees that they're never going to get caught up with Tesla's future growth. It's just going to be surprise to the upside after surprise to the upside after surprise to the upside from Tesla. While Tesla's DNA is pure disruption, endless innovation, and aggressive innovation too. It's not just a slow pace. Wall Street analysts, conservative, conventional, dare I say, cowardly. I want to reiterate, by the way, like a month ago, the highest Tesla stock price target among all analysts, on quote the official lists, $429 per share. As I record this, the stock's higher than that. Now, surely you would think, if you guys understand anything about numbers, statistics, and distributions, surely you would think of the many dozens of analysts covering the company, at least a few of them would have had a fair valuation for Tesla in excess of where the stock literally is a month later. Like, surely, right? But no. And again, as I record this, was it $283 per share? Yeah, $283 per share average 12-month Tesla fair valuation. I don't think that's going to last, but that shows and illustrates perfectly what we're talking about here. Disruption, upside surprises being missed constantly. Your job as a Tesla investor or potential Tesla investor is to think about the future implications, model them out, weight them probabilistically, and ask yourself if Tesla's current valuation makes sense. Personally, I don't think it does.
I think we're just getting started in this next stage of Tesla as autonomous now becomes front and center over the coming years.
What's your I guess base case and bull case for the new year for Tesla? In
Look,
the
base
500
case
range?
is 515's base case, bull case is 650. And Nicole, I think it would be conservative when you think about 2 trillion. I mean, I think this is one of it. If it plays out, because we assume no value for Optimus.
So Dan's bull case for Tesla stock over the next 12 months, which he himself says could be conservative, and then points out that they're explicitly avoiding any consideration of implications for Optimus. It ignores Optimus entirely, which, by the way, will utterly dwarf Tesla's entire existing business plus autonomy and actually make it look like a rounding error. Not hyperbole. That would put Tesla at a roughly $2 trillion market cap. As I record this, Tesla's at 1.42 trillion, meaning this is only about 40% upside. In the bull case, just 40%. Now, that might sound like a lot to a traditional investor. It probably is. If you're something you're sort of like 7, 8, 9% a year would be amazing, then yeah, that sounds crazy. But to put that in context, in the last 5 years, Tesla stock is up 1,483%. So 40% is a drop in the bucket. What's remarkable is that Dan's 12-month bull case for Tesla, which he himself admits is conservative and doesn't at all factor in anything about the humanoid robot, is almost 3 times higher than the analyst average on Tesla as I record this. Again, just think back to the clip we saw at the beginning of this video.
You start to put Optimus value in there, you get a lot more than 2 trillion.
He ain't wrong. Notice he said a lot more than 2 trillion, not a little more. And the thing about Optimus, as I've said recently, I think it's going to happen a lot faster than people realize. As I've said, the stakes are a lot lower in deploying Optimus robots in customers' hands. It's not like deploying autonomous vehicles on roads where you can literally kill people, permanently disable or seriously injure them if there's an accident. The worst case scenario for an Optimus, as opposed to what we just talked about with autonomous vehicles, is just being an annoying fuck, getting in people's way, slowing production down, making a mistake, putting the wrong package in the wrong... that shit, right? Tesla can be much more aggressive in deploying these, which means they can be much more aggressive in collecting data and improving capabilities. And if you ever needed a clear example of not just analysts and big institutional investors, but all investors massively underestimating a company's potential, being shocked and surprised to the upside over and over and over, we need only look at Tesla's stock over the last 12 months. As I record, $454.13 per share. Cool story, bro. Check this out. The 52-week high for Tesla stock, $488 a share. And the 52-week low was $138 per share. Now, should go without saying, but Tesla's value as a company did not increase by 3.5 times in the span of less than 12 months. Yeah, the stock moved that much. Now, what does this tell you? This tells you for a period of time there, investors were massively undervaluing Tesla. Or, I guess, take the other side, they could currently be massively overvaluing Tesla. But if the stock market, which again is just the activity of everyone buying and selling, there is no actual the stock market. People don't convene once a day and decide what a company's worth. It's just the end result of buying and selling that day. But the stock market clearly was experiencing a massive disconnect. And if the stock market were more rational over this 52-week period, we would have seen a slow and steady increase as Tesla moved even further ahead in terms of autonomy, made even more progress with the humanoid robot, deployed even more vehicles in their fleet, current and future money printers. Would have seen a very smooth and steady increase in valuation. That's not what we saw. This is what we actually saw. The stock collapsing a year ago, 260 odd bucks a share, collapses to around $138 a share just a few months later, basically halving. That didn't make sense when the company's value didn't halve. They were getting further and further ahead, more and more valuable. And in October, Tesla stock's still down nearly 20% for the year. In November, it was still down for the year. Then suddenly almost doubles. Wild swings and massive disconnects between perception and reality are the story of Tesla's life. And there are these periods where people just don't get it. They fail to appreciate what's happening. And then suddenly out of nowhere, the dominoes fall. A few folks realize, hang on, Tesla is going to print crazy money. They are pulling further ahead. Stock rips. And then people panic, sell and collapse. And then off you go again and again and again and again. And to wrap up, again, I want to reiterate, there isn't a single analyst covering Tesla who's even close to accurately valuing the company, in my opinion. They're massively underestimating the implications of autonomy. And even a big bull like Dan is still admittedly ignoring Optimus entirely. I can't predict what's going to happen over the short term, but I can tell you Tesla, the company itself, whether or not investors agree, depending on what they're paying for the stock, irrelevant, the actual value of the company is going to compound and grow and compound and grow at a staggering rate over the coming years and, yes, decades. Every step of the way, analysts are going to be massively behind, then surprised to the upside. Oops, I didn't see that coming. Want more content? Early access? Bunch of perks? Click the links in the pinned comment. AG1 is awesome. I've been taking it daily now for more than 3 years. It's a great way to fill in nutritional gaps. It's packed full of vitamins, minerals, and whole food source nutrients, plus has prebiotics, probiotics, and adaptogens to improve gut health, regularity, and help your body handle stress. I'm always looking for an edge to help me feel and perform my best, which is why I haven't missed a day of AG1 for more than 3 years. Just try it and see how you feel. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs. This is what viewers of the channel had to say after trying AG1. I feel like I have a lot more energy since I started on AG1. Just got my AG1 in the mail. Legit feeling the effects after day 3. 3 months ago, I started AG1 and have been enjoying the evenness of alertness and energy that lasts the day. I just started the wife on it too. Are you convinced yet? I mean, hey, it's worth trying, right? Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR, or I can keep going. This viewer, after about a month on AG1, definitely a lack of fatigue in the afternoon. Pleasant side effect is that my coffee intake has imploded and is almost down to 0. One more? Yeah, why not? I honestly feel younger and will be continuing to use AG1. This stuff really is crazy good. I didn't think it would be, but this stuff is awesome. It really is what everyone is saying. One more? Don't mind if I do. I've just received my 3rd month supply. I've drank it every day. I have so much energy throughout most of the day. I'm productive, started a new business, started socializing, refurbished a boat. It's no coincidence. Thank you for your persistence, your integrity, and your insights. Now look, these are not my words. These are not my testimonials. This is what you guys and girls are saying. Maybe it's 100% placebo effect. But even if that's the case, I think it's money well spent. Click the link in the pinned comment or head to drinkag1.com/SMR and get yourself a free 1-year supply of vitamin D3 plus K2 and 5 travel packs.